What's up, English 112? This is a common scenario I find myself in a lot, where I'm just sitting at my desk doing work and I'm hungry. But which dining hall will I go to? That's the real question, isn't it? Let's go off and see what each of the dining halls has to offer. As you can see, I live in the Northeast residential area. I live in Crabtree. And Crabtree is actually conveniently right next to Worcester, which is right over there. Worcester's probably my main dining hall, but I'll get back to that in a bit. So I'm making my way to my bike, which is under this overhang, which is under Knowlton. It's a nice little overhang because it just keeps my bike dry when it rains or if there's any other weather conditions. But let's go see how the dining halls hold up against each other. Quick pit stop on the way down. Look, it's Herder. Everyone say hi, Herder. All right, let's make our way down to... As you can see, the two dining halls that we have in Southwest are Hamp and Burke, and they are conveniently right next to each other. The first dining hall we're going to be looking at is Burke. Burke was the first dining hall that I went to at Umass, which is pretty funny because I live in Northeast. I would say all around it's pretty mid. I would compare it to like that old family diner that you go to really when you only have to. The next dining hall we're going to be going to is Hamp, and there's this really fun ramp on the way there that I like to ride because it makes a really funny noise. So now we're making our way down to Hamp. I would say Hamp is pretty solid. They never really left me too disappointed. There's no soda machines, but that's fine because they have some really nice smoothies. They have sushi all the time. All around decent food. Hamp's pretty good. I do like Hamp. Now that we've looked at the dining halls in Southwest, let's head back and see what else there is to offer. Quick pit stop on the way back. Look, there's our English classroom. We're in there right now, watching me present this video. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Anyway, where was I? Yes, back to Worcester. I would say Worcester's like the Fire Nation of the dining halls. Very crowded, very busy all the time, but I go here all the time and I've just come to hate it because this is the only thing I know, but not too bad overall. And we finally made it. This is the highlight of this video. Franklin Dining Commons. I never really went to Frank that often because it was just so out of the way. But Frank's pretty nice. I've started to enjoy it. So let's take a look at what's inside. So as we walk inside, we're greeted with some double doors, followed by another door, and then this really weird ramp. This ramp has always given me eerie vibes. I don't know, something about the brick and the beige wall next to it and the weird incline. It's just all around pretty weird. But then we make our way towards the top of the ramp and you can see that we start to elevate into Franklin Dining Commons. The first thing I'd say I noticed when I walked into Frank was how open it was. There's these large windows that are around the whole dining hall and they just let in a lot of natural light. It's really nice to walk around in. They have a lot of selection. They have a lot of great cereal, which a lot of the dining halls usually run out at the other time, so that's really enjoyable. Another thing is Frank just always seems to have a seat open, so I don't need to spend like 10 minutes cycling around like in Worcester looking for a seat, which is definitely a huge time save for me, and I feel like it adds a lot to the experience of going to Frank. One of my favorite things about Frank is they just have this random door that's just in the middle of the wall here. I remember my first time going to Frank, I was just really confused by this door that was just here because I was like, why would you go through this door if you could just go around the corner? But now it's one of my favorite parts about Frank because I can just come here and I can just cut through the door. And I just think it's the funniest thing that I can just walk through this door when I can just walk around the corner like any normal person. But, you know, there's just a random door there, so that's just one of the charms of Frank. And now here we have one of the drink stations, and there's two drink stations in Frank, and as you can see, this drink station looks exactly like the drink station on the other side. Yes, this is on the other side of Frank. They just look exactly the same, which is just super silly. Here's the waffle station. The waffles are such a godsend. I love the waffles so much. That's the first thing that brought me to Frank in the first place. But along with the waffles, they have some hard serve ice cream, which like most other dining halls don't have, especially to this variety, which I love so much. Here's Frank's Stir Fry. Frank's Stir Fry is amazing. You should definitely try it out if you haven't already. Along with Stir Fry, they have an amazing deli where they just make you a sandwich if you want. It's like a Subway, but inside Frank. It's awesome. I don't know why anyone wouldn't want that. Along with the deli, they have some desserts here, and then the nice little salad bar, which is nice because they can supply hummus constantly, and I love hummus. That's pretty much your basic rundown at Frank. Nice open space. It's kind of funny, they have the same ramp on the other side, so it's just like really trippy walking around in here sometimes. And yeah, so I found this little table to sit at while I can enjoy a nice little bowl of yogurt, and it's nice and quiet right by the window, some natural light. It's a really nice vibe sitting in Frank. I really like the atmosphere they have here. I'm not going to use this time of me eating some yogurt to talk about my expectations of this place. First, Frank was kind of like that weird black sheep of the dining halls where I went to most of them, but I never really went to Frank, and I just never really thought I had to because it was just out of the way, and I was like, yeah, it's just Frank. But after coming to Frank, I've realized it's just a nice little gem. Not a lot of people go to Frank. It's in the near Central, so it's kind of out of the way for most people unless you live in Central or O'Hill, but they usually don't go there too. Not too many options, which I can see why that brings people away, but I really do enjoy the quietness of the little place. The people here are a bit different, I'd say. I'd say there's definitely... Oh, look at the clouds behind me, by the way. That looks pretty cool. I'd say the people are definitely a bit different than from other dining halls. There's a different vibe. I would say maybe you could say there's alt people there, but it's a very nice dining hall to just like sit around in. And I've definitely enjoyed my time every time I've been here. And I'm glad I went. I'm probably going to start coming here a lot more because it's just a nice little place to be. So after you finish up, they have this nice little dish pit right here, which is like kind of funny because you can see people grabbing it. I always get scared. I'm going to grab my hand one time. But yeah, that's the tour of Frank. I feel like a lot of people have varying opinions on Frank. A lot of people hate Frank. A lot of people love Frank. I personally love Frank. But I feel like it all depends on where you live and how often you go. There's definitely multiple opinions for each side. So let's go conduct some interviews and see what people like to say about Frank. All right, so I'm outside of Wheeler right now, and I'm with the infamous Ryan. Hello, Ryan.
Hello.
So I'm here to ask you, what's your opinion on Frank? How do you feel about Frank Dining Commons?
Yeah, Frank is like not even a good dining hall, but like except for breakfast though. But for lunch and dinner, it's just not good at all. And I'd rather go to like Worcester, Ham, or Burke for that.
You'd rather go to any of the 3 other dining halls than Frank?
Yeah.
And where exactly? How close are you to Frank? How often do you go to Frank?
Only when I have to.
You only go to Frank when you have to?
Yeah.
All right, well, judging that Frank is right there, seems like Ryan's a huge Frank hater, but that's okay because all opinions matter.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm here with Cole Spinelli, Sensation. I'm here to ask you, what's your opinion on Franklin Dining Commons?
Well, personally, I love Franklin Dining Commons. They have everything that you could possibly look for in a dining hall. They have grilled cheese, hard serve ice cream, and that's pretty much it. You can make waffles whenever you want.
True.
It's really just a win all around.
How would you rank it according to the other dining halls?
It's definitely my favorite dining hall. When you go to the other dining halls, it can be hard to like find a seat, especially if you go with a larger group, but with Frank, that's no problem. Yeah.
Cool, that's all I needed. Thank you, Cole.
Great, have a nice day.
You too. So, as you can see, no matter what dining hall you go to, there's going to be people that love it or people that hate it and people in between. I feel like I've learned a lot from this experience, just having a negative prediction of Frank and going there, and it turns out, yeah, Frank's pretty sweet. I like going to Frank. Definitely going to make this one of my regulars, especially next semester because I'm going to be staying in the Northeast area. But I feel like the real important thing is not the dining halls that define us, but it's the people and the friends that we made along the way. Thank you.